Wow. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Thank you. Good afternoon, or good morning, or good day. What a beautiful, beautiful day for something we've dreamed about for a considerable amount of time. So I'm trying not to cry. We already had one ribbon cutting this morning where we were able to surprise someone on their 87th birthday. And so that set the tone for the day and all the tears that followed. So Ms. Combs, welcome. So I am Amy Henley. I am the Dean of the Nistler College of Business and Public Administration here at the University of North Dakota. On behalf of the Nistler College, I welcome you to such a historic event. We celebrate the grand opening, ribbon cutting, of Nistler Hall. What a very special, special day. This has been in the works for so very long, and we are so grateful for this reality. We have to pinch ourselves to believe this is true. So I'd like to extend a special thank you to the UND Pride of the North Band for kicking off our celebration. As many of you know, on September 26, 2019, the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education voted to name the University of North Dakota College of Business and Public Administration after our generous lead donors, Werner and Colleen Nistler. Werner and Colleen and their incredible 6 kids who are here today that I know are incredibly proud of their parents are such an inspiration to all of us here in the Nistler College, and how proud we are to call it the Nistler College. They donated the lead gift toward the construction of this state-of-the-art building that you're standing in or sitting in today. And one thing that we've loved to hear is the state-of-the-art facility on the inside combined with the classic look on the outside and how beautiful this has added to our campus. So only 3 years later, since that naming, our dream of so many people has become a reality. We have had outstanding partnerships with the state of North Dakota, the taxpayers, the city of Grand Forks, the tremendous team at the UND Alumni Association and Foundation, and the outstanding faculty and staff of the Nistler College, and all of the generous donors that have made this building possible. We have 62 namespaces in this building, and over 250 of you and your families have so generously donated to this project. This project has truly defied the odds. Even through a pandemic, we were just getting rolling when, as we know, March of 20, everything kind of changed. But we pivoted, the work continued, and the vision and mission of this project continued strong to accomplish this remarkable goal. And this is due to the work of so many people. We could never thank all of them. President Armacost often says to love your people. And I don't know a better example of loving our people and our people loving the university than in this building here today. This project has defied the odds, and the work has continued towards a strong accomplishment of the final goal. Even though it took so many Zoom meetings, right? Mike and Sean from JLG, we had, I don't know if we should even add up the number of hours we had on Zoom to still continue this project, but we were able to keep going. For over a decade, JLG Architects has helped guide the vision for this building. And they may have also thought it would never get finished either. So we are so grateful, JLG, for your commitment to this project and the dedication that you have brought. For the past 3 years, PCL Construction has been bringing their expertise to drive the construction phase of this project with their leadership and innovation. Community contractors and PCL have been outstanding partners. So we would like to take a moment to thank and recognize the team members of JLG, PCL, community contractors, and UND facilities, that without you, this dream would have never come to completion. I would like to personally thank the partners we have worked with so very closely through all of those meetings. Mike McLean, Sean Sensicall, Nick Jensen, Jesse Larson, Derek Deering, Marcus Scherson, Jared Casper, and Matt Four. These are just a few of the people that have dedicated so much of their lives over the last 3 years to completing this project. So can all of our partners with JLG, PCL, community contractors, and facilities, please stand to be recognized. Derek's hiding in the back corner, but he's been the project manager the whole time, and he has taken all of our phone calls, even at crazy hours, and saying, well, we just have one question or one concern. So his patience has endured through this project, so we are so grateful to those partners. This building is truly truly a result of your hard work and dedication. There are so many members of the Nistler College community who have worked tirelessly on this project. And personally, my personal debt of gratitude goes to each one of them. I could never thank all of you and all of our faculty and staff who have been so involved. But I would like for the following individuals to stand. They're probably going to kill me later, but to stand and be recognized. Nikki Dvorak, Shannon Smith, Laura Arneson, Pat O'Neill, and Michelle Garsky. I will be forever grateful to each of you for your hard work and your dedication to this project. I would also like to recognize two former deans of the Nistler College who are here with us today, Denny Elbert and Margaret Williams. Can you please stand? You will be hearing from Deanna Carlson-Zink, the CEO of the Foundation and Alumni Association, but I would also like to personally thank Nancy Peterson, Jay Erickson, Bob Knudsen, and Kim Woods, as well as all of the development officers who have worked so hard to make this building a reality. Can the members of the Alumni Association and Foundation please stand to be recognized? You all have truly made this dream into a reality, and we give special thanks, and I think we should have a special round of applause, and I know she will kill me, but for Kim Woods. And if you can indulge me for just one brief moment, I'd like to personally thank my husband, David Kaysen, and my son, Collier Kaysen, who have heard about this project endlessly for several years now. That's all we've talked about at home for quite a long time. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your love and support. All that I do is for the two of you to make you proud. Together, we are truly building the future of higher education with state-of-the-art technology, hybrid classroom designs, and such a beautiful space for our students, our campus, and community to call home. We are incredibly honored, I cannot say it enough, to have this building named after Werner and Colleen Nistler. We are so incredibly proud that our students can see a lifetime of generosity and an ethical framework that they both live by. What an incredible inspiration to our business and public administration students that you can build a dream based upon an ethical foundation and be this successful. Werner and Colleen. We applaud them as remarkable examples to our students of business success, philanthropic spirit, and the strong value systems that they have instilled in their business endeavors and their passion-driven lives. And I'm sure all of their family members that are here today are not surprised by this and are incredibly proud. It is truly inspiring to have our college and our building named after such truly wonderful people. So it is my distinct honor now to welcome to the podium Warner and Colleen Nistler to share some remarks.
Well, good morning or good afternoon if you're in a different time zone in a different part of the country. First, I'd like to thank all of you for being here this morning. It's just a wonderful time. And as you know, with a ribbon cutting, it means the start of something. And while the university and the business school have thrived for years, I guess my hope and Colleen's hope is that this school can propel into the future that much more. So it is a start for in a new building, in a new environment, and I think we're very grateful to all of the people who contributed to make this happen. But before I get into a few more comments, as you may know, the Nistler family is quite large. In 1832, two brothers came over from Europe, and now there are 2,000 descendants of the Nistler family. Now, I was going to invite all of them, but there were some that were not with us any longer, and some that couldn't travel. But if you could, the Nistler family here in the front, if you could stand, and because you're all part of this wonderful Nistler family, so please stand. Thank you. So the next person I want to introduce is a young man who was at our time capsule event about a year ago, and right under the steps over here, they put a time capsule in, and this time capsule is a 50-year time capsule. And so this young man is an individual that said he would be here when we open this time capsule. So Collier, would you come up here, please? So this is our friend Collier. I guess I'll stand a little closer. You stay right here with me, okay? Good. So this is my friend Collier, and he was at the time capsule that day. And Collier, could you kindly tell us what you put in the time capsule?
A teddy bear.
He put a teddy bear in the time capsule. And so his father over here, he said he'll be 101 in that time frame, and he wants to be here. But we know that Collier is going to be here to open up that time capsule, and I guess it would be the year, what, 71. So welcome again, Collier, and thank you for everything you do for the university. And thank you to your mom and dad for leading such a great school of business. We're very proud of them too. Thank you, Collier. So as Amy said a few minutes ago, there are so many people in this room to thank for making this happen. So of course there are many individuals that contributed to the money to make this happen. And Colleen and I get a lot of glory, but hey, it's not about us, it's about you. It's about the university. And so we were just very pleased to be at the right time and be able to contribute to helping this building get started. So after we made our commitment, then it was conditioned upon the state of North Dakota stepping forth, and Mark Sanford, sitting over here, led the state effort to bring the matching gift forth. Now, we live in Portland, Oregon, and that environment is a lot different than North Dakota, all right? North Dakota, things get done, and things get done well, and they get done with quality and quickness. Deanna presented a package to Mark Sanford and the North Dakota legislators about 3 days before the session was going to close. And during that time, they rallied all their troops and committed the dollars, and so here we are today. Then along with the state was the Mayor Brandon and his work with the city of Grand Forks. They came in with a closing gift, and all of a sudden it was a reality and things started to happen. So money is one thing. Congratulations. So money is one of the items that we need to make things happen, but oftentimes it's not about the money. It's about what you do with the money. And in this case, JLG and the PCL, the architects/contractors, they took these dollars, and I know there have been much leadership from the University of North Dakota, President Armacost, Mike Piper, and many people that worked on the overall plan to construct this building. So the groundbreaking was October the 9th of 2000. So here we are, 2 years later, we're in this wonderful space. Now think about it. COVID, we're right in the middle of COVID in 2020. And of course, there are weather elements that you deal with in this part of the world. But to turn out this building at the level of quality that we have is truly extraordinary. So I want to have us all give thanks to the contractors, the architects, and the university for bringing all these parts together to make it happen. And so, as I mentioned earlier, it's not about us as it is about you. But we have a tremendous opportunity in front of us to take this location and this new business school and have it become a real pillar in the Midwest for great business and other education. What I'm very excited about is that we have the airport out here in the aerospace school, and there are 13,000 pilots have graduated from that school. And so as we're flying around the country, chances are we'll meet a pilot who's been educated out here. Well, now through the business environment, we're turning into airport management roles. And also we have a new medical school over here, a new building. We also have hospital administration that can happen through the business school. So there's so many different elements that this business school can be the leader toward in creating, just making this the pillar here in the Midwest. As you know, there's much conflict in some of the locations around the country with regard to the cities and the schools. And when you think about where you would want to have your children come to school or your grandchildren, University of North Dakota is a tremendously safe place and is open to everyone. So I hope that you send your grandchildren and children here into the future. So lastly, I'd like to thank Touchmark, the company that actually I started 42 years ago today. And then Colleen joined me a few years later as the controller. And so then we got married, and now our 6 children, all of who are here this morning. So we're very blessed, and I can only thank God and thank all of you for being just wonderful supporters of the university, and of course for all the family, being part of the family. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to say a few words. May God bless all of you.
See, as I told you, there's something special, Werner and Colleen, and their character. So it's such an honor to be able to represent that every day. So Sorry. Now I would like to bring to the stage, President Andy Armacost. Please come to the stage now. He said I didn't cry for him.
Yeah, I thought she was getting broken up for the arrival of the president. Well, it's great to be here and to see so many faces and just filling this space with human beings. We've had this building under construction now for 2 years, and you see the shell go up and you see the things being added. You see the tradespeople hard at work, and if there's one group that often gets overlooked on projects like this, are the actual people working hard on a daily basis when it's minus 25 or minus 30, busting up their hands, doing all the hard work to make a building like this happen. And how about a round of applause for all the tradespeople? And undoubtedly, when you stepped into this building for the first time, and a show of hands, how many people was today your first time in this building? Yeah, most of you. You probably had the reaction that we've seen on the faces of students, faculty, and staff members over the last 4 weeks, where you walk in and the eyes go up and you just take it all in and you say, this is a remarkable place to bring a world-class education to our students. Ultimately, it's always about our students, showing them the love and concern and compassion that they deserve. And I can't think of a better song, I'm not going to sing, don't worry, than the alma mater. I talk about it a lot because there's a lot of meaning in that song. It talks about the pride we feel and love yet greater. It talks about the gratitude that we show. It also talks about the beacon over the Western land, and that's the vision of the University of North Dakota. I can't think of a more important physical beacon over this region, this state, and this campus than the Nistler College of Business and Public Administration and Nistler Hall. This is where the magic is going to happen year after year, decade after decade. And the process by which we got here, I won't repeat it because you heard the winding road it took to get the funding from multiple sources. But the Nistlers made it happen. They catalyzed the action through their most generous gift, which then led to state support, many other donors' support, and you're out here in this room as well, all the other donors who made this happen. And I do have to offer a forewarning. My background is in logistics planning, and when we think about what's going to happen the rest of the afternoon, 27 ribbon cuttings with one set of giant scissors. So let me urge you, ribbon cutters, cut first, talk later. Otherwise, we're going to be here till 2 in the morning. All right? So that's the logistics piece. But I was here for the groundbreaking, along with the mayor, and I think Representative Sanford was here that day, and Deanna Carlson-Zink, Amy Henley. It was a windy, chilly, brisk fall morning with dirt blowing all over us because of the wind. But there we laid shovels in the ground, and what we didn't know was the absolute beauty and majesty of this space. We had a vision, but our vision could not compare to what actually emerged. And we were here for the beam raising. And if you go up on the 4th floor to the faculty lounge, you can see the last beam that was raised, and it's signed by all the members of the team that raised the beam. And then we put the time capsule in. And interestingly, we had recently, just before the time capsule, opened up the time capsule from the Memorial Stadium, which we had taken down. It was exciting. You knock down a stadium, you pull out the time capsule. And what was in there was, Melanie, can I say it? It was newspapers from that era. And I know our reference librarians made the comment, we already have all these issues. And so we challenged ourselves to say, let's put interesting things in there, like teddy bears and other secret surprises. So in 50 years, if you're here, let's open that with joy and a remembrance of that day, but also a remembrance of today. And as I close my comments, I think it's important to also recognize, let me go on about Warner and Colleen. not just the generous gift. Sometimes gifts are made at universities where it's a check, it's a plaque, it's a building, and that's it. Warner and Colleen, and all of my colleagues can attest to this, have welcomed us into their family. And all the time that you have spent advising us on this project, welcoming us to your home in Amatera out in Portland, that's not lost on any of us. We know that this is a lifelong friendship, a lifelong relationship, and a lifelong connection that is only going to benefit the students of the University of North Dakota. Thank you, Warner and Colleen. I will save Amy from choking up again, but allow me to introduce Representative Mark Sanford, who graciously gives his time of our community and of this campus. And he just recently won our most coveted alumni award last night. So Representative Sanford, Mark, please join me on the stage.
Well, I want to begin by pointing out that Werner grew up in God's place, Western North Dakota Beach. And they played athletic competition in a very tough conference, the Badlands Conference. And it was always between Watford City and Beach. And unfortunately, Beach won most of the time. So I want to begin by also extending my gratitude to the Nistlers and all of the donors. This is just a magnificent gift to this university and to our state. And as a state representative, you've set the tone for great things going forward in terms of the demonstration of your wonderful contributions here and the way you live. I look at it as a gift from the past for what is to come. Based on the values of the past, all the promise that this building holds is amazing. This wasn't supposed to happen, as has been alluded to. It was the end of the legislative session. The Senate was done with higher ed. We had a day and a half or 2 days. And Deanna, I always say we got a little D&D rather than R&R. We've got Deanna and the dean, and they brought Jed with to do the numbers, and they wowed the House Appropriations Committee, and I still don't believe it to this day that that got done. This was 2 years after significant cutbacks in state budgets, and spending any money, particularly in the 2 or 3 days to go, just didn't happen. But they were marvelous in their presentation and the vision and the example that it could set. So I would just say thank you again to the foundation and to you folks and the dean for doing this. This facility is very important, not only to the university, but to the state, and I would say beyond that. There's a national issue, probably worldwide, but there's a national issue on attracting and retaining students in just about all of the workforce areas. Let me tell you, this will attract and this will retain, and this will be a real anchor for North Dakota in our workforce development going forward, because people are going to want to come here and stay here because of this example and the experience they're going to get here at Nistler. It's also important because this facility is designed with a versatility that can stand the test of time. Events change, styles change. This thing is flexible. This is going to meet the test of time, and that's an important test for any facility. And of course, it is really important to those of us who live here and get to walk here on every Sunday like Gloria and I do, and to be able to come on the quad and enjoy the beauty of the University of North Dakota campus is really special. I too want to add my congratulations to the architects, the designers, the skilled work people that have put this together in a remarkably short period of time, given all the other things that were going on in our world. They have done a remarkable job, and I'm very proud to say that most of them are local. So congratulations to the Nistlers, to all the donors, and to the Alumni Association for a job well done. Thank you so much.
I didn't know you had a name for it, the D&D show. The funniest thing about this, and Peter Johnson, I think, is here, may remember this, that Deanna and I weren't even sure we were going to that Monday morning session. And I was actually in DC. We have a wonderful program of government and business, and we had our graduate students there in DC. Carolyn Beecraft, who I believe is here, was a credible supporter of that, and we were having a dinner at her home, and I flew back on the Monday because Peter texted about probably midday Sunday and said, okay, it's a go. You guys need to be in Bismarck on Monday. So I flew from DC to Bismarck, met up with Deanna. We went to McDonald's, and and we came. And Deanna looked at me and said, when they pause, let's stand up. And so that's what we did. And then I flew back to DC. We both did that night for the event. And I remember when my Uber driver picked me up at the hotel at like 4 in the morning, he said, well, you don't have much luggage. And I said, well, I should be back tonight, hopefully. As Representative Sanford and others have mentioned, this project would also not have been possible without the outstanding support of the city as well. We are tremendously grateful for these partnerships with the City of Grand Forks and thankful to have them as part of the project. It's wonderful to me, as was mentioned earlier, that the first, obviously Warner and Colleen's gifts, but it led to the state being involved right at the beginning and then the city coming in at the end to finalize and finish up the fundraising. To me, is a very special story about North Dakota and our public administration officials and the role that they play in supporting us so greatly. So we're very proud of their presence here in the building. They have a workforce development center right through those doors in the Page Family Student Engagement. And we are proud that that will showcase to students the different opportunities available in the city of Grand Forks. So we look forward to continue building those partnerships. I would like to welcome Mayor Brandon Bochinski, who is a graduate of the Nistler College of Business and Public Administration and Economics. Please come forward.
Well, thank you for that intro. Very happy to be here, truly humbled to be able to be here on this day in this building. I can attest to what President Armacost said regarding the groundbreaking. We were all here. It was a stormy, windy day. I got sand in my hair, in my suit, in my teeth. But it was probably a good analogy. That was a storm we were all facing at that time. And I truly want to thank the Alumni Association for pushing through that. A lot of other people, when COVID hit and when things were going south, everything stopped and everybody withdrew. That wasn't the truth. That wasn't what happened with the UND Alumni Association. They kept pushing forward. And now we sit here with this building open on a beautiful day, and that's where we are. We've moved past that. It's a beautiful time and a beautiful opportunity for students, for faculty, for the entire community. What a great asset. So give the Alumni Association a round of applause just for the continued work they did during that tough time. On top of that, of course, we've got to thank all the donors, the Nistler family, which there's a lot of them. I like to see that. I grew up in a family with 7 kids. There was a lot of us, too. We're not up to 2,000 yet, but the boys have some work to do, I guess. Many distinguished donors here. Really, being the mayor, I do have to thank the citizens of the city of Grand Forks. Obviously, the city contributing was not a check that I wrote. It wasn't a check the city council wrote. But I would like to thank them and thank the city council. This was economic development funds that came from sales tax that we were able to come in and finish off the donation. So I thought that was great. Probably another analogy, if anybody happened to watch me during my hockey days, I tend to be a goal scorer, a finisher. So we were able to have the city of Grand Forks finish the donation there and get it done. I did want to mention just a couple of the partnerships that UND and the city has been involved in the last number of years. And I want to thank President Armacost and the UND faculty and staff for those continued partnerships. It's truly tremendous. This doesn't happen everywhere else. And we even received, well, what was the award called? The Town and Gown, the Larry Abernathy, I can never remember the name, but the city and the university received the Larry Abernathy Award, which is a national award based on its town and gown relationship, which was pretty phenomenal. We've got a paid internship program that started in 2014. We've now had 120 interns come through, and special, pretty special, just recently we added an intern in the city administration office who is, his name's Chris Jandrick. He's a defenseman on the UND hockey team who actually bears the same number 7, that I had 20 years ago. So that's pretty cool. Definitely a lot of research partnerships. The University Avenue Corridor Study, and that continues to develop and become better. Memorial Village Project, the partnership during COVID for the UND NCHC hockey tournament, the Alara Center, and now finally the Nistler School and the city's workforce development center. Make sure I got that one right. So really happy to be able to continue that drive. Workforce is going to be an important issue going into the future. Today is really special for me. As Dean Henley had mentioned, I left school a little bit early. I had a professional career that took me away for about 15 years, and I got to come back. So after 3 years, I came back, and I guess I was called an older than average student is what they call it. I don't remember that being the thing back then, but I enjoyed it. I got to see some of my professors that I had both the first time and the second time. I'm sure they got to see me progress quite a bit. I see Dr. Simlai sitting there laughing. His class was insanely hard. Econometrics, oh my gosh. But we got through it. So today's really special. When I did graduate and get a degree, by that time it had been called the Nistler College. So I'm the mayor of the city of Grand Forks and a graduate of the Nistler College. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to the Nistlers, and may God bless all the students and their minds that come through here for the next 100 years and beyond. So thank you, everybody, and God bless.
Mayor, we call those non-traditional students. Not older than average. We try not to bring age into the conversation. So, now I get the distinct honor and pleasure to introduce my friend Deanna Carlson-Zink, the CEO of the foundation, and of the Alumni Association and Foundation. She is a tremendous partner through this entire process. That day testifying before the House was just one example of so many steps along the way that have led to this. And I firmly believe without Deanna's leadership of the Foundation and Alumni Association, this project would not have been realized. And so I personally and the Nistler College am extremely grateful to you, Deanna, and the hard work of your team. Thank you, my friend. So please come.
Thank you, Amy. Wow. I have a lot of emotions today. There's been a lot happening here. Of course, the overwhelming feeling is astonishment that we're here after decades, and most importantly, gratitude. It's always a little jarring to stand inside a completed building after spending so many years conceptualizing what it could be as you work with donors, administrators, faculty, and students on the vision for this project. Despite how close the renderings were to the final project, I am in awe of standing here. It's amazing to think, as you've heard, 2 years ago at homecoming, that we held the ground building for this building right out here. I just want to, again, as so many have done, give kudos to the tradespeople who took what was then a hole in the ground and made this magnificent building in under 24 months. It's remarkable. All the trades that work together to keep this project on track is really reminiscent for me of the collaboration that brought this building from a long-time dream to a reality today. I give a lot of credit to Dean Amy Henley for her leadership and her vision on this project. Kim Woods spent a lot of time in the car with this remarkable woman. She was our longtime development director for the College of Business and Public Administration and was a key contact for many of you on this project. Also instrumental was our Jay Erickson, who came over to the college as a development officer to help get the word out to potential donors. And the one who kept him on track, Pam Lafine. They were a dynamic trio for sure. Credit also goes to the marketing and communications associates who helped us to tell the story of why it was so important for this college's building to match the college's reputation as one of the world's top business schools. The foundation of this project was provided by Werner and Colleen. Their lead gift kicked this project into overdrive, and everything that followed was a result of their vision and their passion for the College of Business and Public Administration. And they didn't just give their money and walk away, as you've heard. They were partners from that point forward in every sense of the word. In fact, I think if they would have let him, Werner would have actually donned a hard hat and hung some sheetrock around here. And maybe you did, and we just didn't see it. But it was the Nistler's gift that got the North Dakota legislature involved in that public-private partnership by providing $20 million in state funds, which we're so grateful for. And Werner and Colleen's enthusiasm got others excited about the project. And each donation was like adding a room to this building, with the city's partnership being the final room we needed to open these doors. Thank you for all being part of this collective we that gets things done on behalf of our outstanding students. In this case, I believe we just finished the finest business school, not in the Midwest, but in the world. I often say that we can accomplish great things together, and this building is exhibit number one of that. And so at this time, I would like all donors to this project to please stand so we can thank you for what you've done. So now, I ask my fellow speakers, Werner and Colleen, and my fellow speakers, along with Kim Woods, we're calling you to the stage to come up for the official ribbon cutting, and I believe we have 2 students as well, the future, that are going to help us with this ribbon cutting.
We're just trying not to fall off the back of the stage, Deanna and I. So. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today at this especially personal and so profound event. I want to thank the First Lady, Kathy Armacost, for her incredible support. And I saw him just a moment ago, Provost Eric Link, thank you for your support of the academic mission of the college. And Carla, I thank you as the CFO for helping us with all the dollars and the money. She even found us some money at the end of the project, too. So this now concludes our ribbon cutting ceremony. We'd like to invite all of you, to enjoy some refreshments in the Jim Williams and Rick Bergen. Where are they? Jim and Rick? There's Rick and Jim. Into their lobby, the grand lobby. Thank you, Jim and Rick, for providing that space. And please take some time to tour around and see this building that we're so proud of. Thank you for being here today.